Hello, this is Order of Operations Part 2. So in this order of operations, we're going to deal with negatives, and I'm doing questions from your extra practice sheet, which is online. I'm going to tell you what questions I'm doing. You should do some of the extra practice questions before you try the learning guide. The learning guide is sort of like your final copy, and all of the extra practice we provide is where you practice and where you learn the material. Okay, so I'm assuming that you either came to class when we did order of operations the first time, or you've watched the video again, and now we're just going to get into it with negatives. Okay, here we go. So section A, number 15. And as we recall, in order of operations, brackets, exponents, BEDMAS, so division and multiplication, that happens simultaneously left to right, and addition, subtraction, again, it happens simultaneously left to right. So now here's the thing, we see brackets here, but if you look at all these brackets, negative 15, there's nothing we can do in that bracket. The only reason there's a bracket there is to show us that there's a negative number. If we didn't have brackets, it would look a little bit messier, so that's why. And same with this one, there's nothing we can do in there, and same with that. So we go straight to multiplying or dividing. Left to right, the first time we see it is right here. Negative 8 divided by negative 4. And both of the signs are negative, so the answer is going to be positive. When you're multiplying or dividing and the signs are the same, the answer is positive, and that is a positive 2. Oh, wow, it came out in red. A positive 2. So we have 13 plus negative 15 plus positive 2. Now we're just going to add and subtract left to right. 13 plus negative 15, that's the same as subtracting 15. Adding a negative is the same as subtracting, and you're still going down on the number line. That's negative 2 plus 2, and the answer is 0. It's order of operations number 15 on the extra practice. Let's try the next one. This is section B, number 12. Now there's square braces or brackets here. They act the same as normal brackets. We always go inside first. There's brackets in here, but that is just to tell us that we have a negative 3. So there's nothing to do in there. There's only one thing in there, and it's the negative 3. We can't simplify that any more. So we're looking at these brackets. Negative 7 minus negative 3. Basically, if you think about it, we're on the number line, and we're at negative 7. So 0, negative 1. Oh dear. 0, negative 1. What's happening? Okay, maybe I don't want to draw a number line. We're at negative 7, and we're subtracting, so that means we would go lower, but since we're subtracting a negative, you're actually adding. You actually go the other direction, so it's just like adding. I always think when I see a negative minus a negative, that's just like an adding. The same thing. So minus negative 3 is the same as adding. And now we have negative 4 on the outside of the brackets. That is negative 4. Negative 4 times negative 4 is positive 16. The reason I need to multiply is whenever there's a number on the outside of the brackets, they actually mean multiply. So if it makes it better for you, you can put a little multiplication symbol in there, but it means the same thing. And since we have two negatives here, it becomes positive 16. is. Oh, sorry, there it is. Okay, so this looks confusing when you first look at it. It's not as confusing as it looks. Oh, it's section C, number 5. Just think of doing the numerator and the denominator separately. So I'm actually going to do that. You don't have to, but I'm going to do that. So it's almost like there's extra brackets in there, and we do everything on the top, simplify it all, and do everything on the bottom, everything on the denominator, and then we're going to simplify the two parts together at the end. First, we're just looking at the numerator, the top of my fraction. So we do brackets first, and inside the brackets, there's exponents. So we're going to do the exponents inside the brackets first. Just going to write everything out. Negative 40 minus 2 times 2 cubed is 8 divided by negative 2. So inside my brackets, again, since this 2 is on the outside, I'm going to multiply by whatever my answer is inside my brackets. And 8 divided by negative 2 is negative 4. I'm going to put brackets around so we can clearly see the negatives. And now we do multiplication next. So negative 40. So this is minus 2 times negative 4. We can think of this, it's the same as adding a negative. So this is a negative 2 and a negative 4. We multiply them together, it becomes positive. Now I'm going minus 40 plus 8, which is negative 32. Basically, if you think about it, if it's minus 40 out and then it gains 8 more degrees, you're adding 8 degrees, you're going to be at minus 32. Lots of different ways to think of the negatives. There's tons of ways to teach them. So if you are having trouble with the negatives, if you're getting your negatives wrong, then please come in and see me on a Wednesday or send me a note and I can try to make you a video. But it would be best if you're having trouble with negatives to just come in and see me one day during our office hours or one day during Math Help, which is 1 to 3 Wednesdays, because there's many different ways to teach negatives, and it would be better just to go over it. Okay, thanks. Have a great day. Bye.